It's just before, what is it, 2 o'clock or so? 2:40, almost 3 o'clock. So this, if you're watching this later, this is going to be somewhat dated. But again, just going to give you guys an update on what's going on across the area and what we expect for the rest of the day. As we go to the radar, we've got very heavy rain and strong thunderstorms moving over Mississippi right now, just before 3 o'clock. And those will continue moving to the east. And as they do so, there's a possibility of some severe thunderstorms here into North Alabama. One thing we see, as I kind of expand the view out a little bit here, is there's a warm front that's lifting to the north. And this warm front's down towards Amory, Mississippi, just north of Coleman. And anything south of that is what's going to be more intense and the potential. Okay, wait a minute. Let me start this over again. Hi, good Sunday afternoon, everyone. Going to do another update here just before 3 o'clock. In case some of you are watching this later, I'm actually recording this from my YouTube channel as well. But just want to give you guys an update on what's going on currently. As you see on the other side of the screen, there's a very large area of thunderstorms, and some of these are severe, moving in Mississippi, moving to the east. And there's also a boundary we're watching as we get a little bit closer here into North Alabama. This boundary near Double Springs up to Falkville, that looks like to be the warm front. And as it moves north, the severe weather threat's going to be pretty much along and south of that. So I have a feeling we're going to see some strong potential severe thunderstorms here, especially along and just south of the Tennessee River as we get later into the afternoon hours. This boundary, again, is lifting to the north. And as that boundary lifts north, the air becomes more unstable. Fairly robust thunderstorms down here just off to our south and west. So they do have severe thunderstorm warnings currently out there in Mississippi. There's a severe thunderstorm watch. I'll go through some of the data as well. Again, some of you may be watching this record. This is a Facebook Live I'm doing, and I'm recording it for other broadcast. But as we get in here, what we're watching is these bigger thunderstorms near Houston, over in Mississippi, Smithville, north of there. But the big thunderstorms down here towards Kosciuszko in Mississippi. Let me take a look at the velocity here. These are mainly high wind producers, but indications are we're probably seeing some at least 60 mile per hour winds with these storms here. So again, these are all tracking to the east and northeast with time. There's also an area of thunderstorms down here towards Montgomery. You can see here south of the area. In fact, I can turn this radar onto the Montgomery radar, so you're going to get better return here. Watching these thunderstorms here, these are moving towards Montgomery and Auburn, but just producing very heavy rain. Keeping an eye on your questions over here too. Well, thank you all for checking in, tuning in on this Sunday. Again, Super Bowl Sunday. We're getting a break, and we thought we would get this break. And it's good news to get the break out there because it's been so lousy lately. But we've got the break in the rain, but I think this is all going to continue to fill in as we go past, I would say, at least 4 o'clock or so. So again, if you're planning a grilling out there, barbecue, things like that, you're going to want to get it tidied up here by the kickoffs at 5:30 coming up on that. But let me go ahead and zoom in just a little bit more so you can get another idea as you see behind me here. Again, I got the dogs in here. They're just, we went for a walk, took that opportunity for a walk. Just let me know if you guys got any questions here. When's this all going to be out? Out of northwest Alabama. This is going to move through fairly quickly, but the challenge is there's still some rain behind this. So we've got widespread heavy rain. This is a big thunderstorm complex, and actually this was showing up pretty well on our forecast guidance as early as Thursday night. That the forecast guidance showing this robust round of thunderstorms moving through this afternoon, and it's been a real challenge trying to get this timed out just right. Yeah, a lot of people asking when's it gonna. Yeah, this is gonna move through. I would say in northwest Alabama between 4 o'clock and roughly 7 o'clock. So this may be around a little longer than you would like. So let's go ahead and get in here. I'm gonna switch this up. I'm gonna show you basically what's going on the model guidance here. So let's get in here, show you real quick. The heaviest rainfall totals, the model guidance is down south. Let me take a look at the ARRR again, see if it's updated, because it was really off. Yeah, here, yeah, this is more like it here. So again, here's our heavy rain coming in. And then notice how it really bullseyes over there into Atlanta, about 5 inches of rain there. Boy, that's putting about 6 to 7 inches of rain overnight into tomorrow morning. But even around North Alabama, about 1 inch to 2 inches possible. And this is a lot more than it had earlier. So let me get in here and do the hour by hour. See, it's just missing out on, I mean, it's not analyzing this correctly at all. So one thing I am certain is we're going to get that one boundary that comes through tonight, and then this is midnight tonight. It kind of flares back up to the south, and here comes the area low pressure right in here near north of Tuscaloosa. This is 10 o'clock Monday morning. And we'll continue moving east, and that's the challenge here. This area low pressure is actually going to do what we call occlude, and it's going to kind of lift up to the northwest, and a secondary area low pressure will develop to the south. But these are the bigger thunderstorms tomorrow. Again, this is an update. This is roughly 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, showing a fairly stout area of thunderstorms from Gadsden, the southeast side of Huntsville. I'm going to check what we call the sounding data here real quick. And this has a tornado sounding, so this is actually increasing our threat of severe weather as we get into tomorrow. We've got, wow, Storm Ellen Felicity is 500, 532. The Cape is very low, though. So this is what we'll have to watch for, the Sand Mountain Magic. Again, this is tomorrow afternoon as this occluded boundary starts to move through the area. Again, some of you are wondering what you're looking at. But again, this is a sounding. What you're looking at is the green and red. This is basically like looking at a building, and you're looking at the dew point, the temperature, as you go up in the atmosphere, and you're looking at the winds twisting here. A lot of turning with the wind tomorrow. So if anything, I think our threat for severe weather tomorrow is increasing. And that's if we get a break from these storms today. I want to take another look here at some of the instability parameters here. Surface-based Cape. So here's our instability. Now today, it's mainly elevated, but the boundary's coming north. So, again, I don't want to get too far away from what we're looking at right now on the radar, but this is tomorrow afternoon, and this is the instability here on this little blob here, and this is fairly significant here. And this is a change, I'd say a drastic change from this morning. But notice how it kind of really fades away. This is a very narrow area as we get into Huntsville, down over to Jackson County, Marshall County, DeKalb County, and it's gone. So this threat here tomorrow is going to move in roughly after 11 a.m. and move quickly northeast. So I don't think you have anything to worry about in the shoals tomorrow morning or even tomorrow, but this is definitely something we want to watch closely. So we put out that first alert weather day. We continue that through tomorrow, and it's really for this instability. It's from here all the way down into South Alabama. Again, all these soundings indicating tornado threat with this. So, boy, that again, that's a big change there. Let's see what questions. Is there going to be, I can't answer specifically if there's going to definitely be a tornado anywhere, but I will tell you, if you live east of I-65, late tomorrow morning into the afternoon, if we wake up and there's sunshine, that would be a real problem. And let's look at updraft helicity here too. This will be tomorrow. See, all these little lines, they represent enough shear for what we call those mesocyclones. And it's not tremendous. It's not a high-end threat, but it's just enough of a threat that it's possible we're going to see tornadoes in a few places tomorrow, mainly east of I-65. So another look at future radar here. This is the NAM 3 kilometer. And sometimes this can overdo it as well. I will say that. This is noon tomorrow. Actually, this is 11 p.m. tonight. Sorry. I'm looking at the noon model data from today. So let's go back. Here's what we've got tonight. This is handling this much better than the HRRR model. So we've got this area of thunderstorms coming out of Mississippi, moving over the shoals, roughly between 4 and 6 o'clock. Here's 8 o'clock tonight, moving through the Huntsville metro area. Probably it will be there earlier than that. And then there's our break. A lot of thunderstorm action to the south near Birmingham. We're going to get this overrunning heavy rainfall here. And then 5 o'clock in the morning, still looking at very heavy rain east of Birmingham to Gadsden, just on the north side of Atlanta. And then as we continue on into, look at that. That's 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Just another big round of thunderstorms coming through. Very heavy rain. And then here's this final push here. Around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, this is when it has the severe thunderstorms from Huntsville all the way down to Montgomery, including Auburn, just east of Birmingham. So those are, I don't like the look of this, the radar, future radar look. Again, that is forecast guidance. It's there to guide us, to help us out. But what it shows is more of a threat for severe weather tomorrow here in mainly eastern Alabama. So I'm going to switch back over and show you what's going on right now. Yeah, all the creeks are rising, that's for sure. So here's the current radar again. This is what's happening here this afternoon, right around 3 o'clock this Sunday afternoon. And I'm going to zoom in just a little bit for you to put this into motion. Get my mouse on the right part of the screen. So initially we're going to have these showers come through. They're moving in from the south, but the thunderstorm action is really going to pick up, and we're going to have to watch the damaging wind potential. Most likely scenario here, if this continues moving east-northeast, is the leading edge of this strong to severe storm action is going to be moving into Coleman County. I'd say that's probably around 5:30 or so. And then on into southern Marshall County, DeKalb County. So some damaging winds will be possible with that. So mainly damaging wind potential for us tonight, but the tornado threat, based on what I'm seeing on that the NAM model, which is handling the current situation better, there will be a low-end type tornado threat roughly east of I-65 tomorrow during the very early afternoon hours. Let me get back here to your questions, see. Anybody's got anything I can answer right away? Oh, you guys are all welcome. Lincoln County, I would include you. Stronger thunderstorms, but I think the instability, it's just a matter of a few miles north of the state line up in the Lincoln County, Tennessee. So we'll have to watch that. So your first indication that this severe weather threat's going to increase would be either a severe thunderstorm watch or a tornado watch. That's typically the way they want this to play out. Is you get the watch first, and then the warnings come later. Could see some flash flood warnings overnight tonight because this is a really stout area of very heavy rain coming in that's going to continue here as we go into the early evening hours. But again, I'm going to repost this on my other channel. And again, we're just going to follow this. Chelsea Aaron's in at the station today. She'll keep you up to date on that. I don't expect widespread severe weather tonight or even this afternoon and evening. However, there could be some isolated damaging wind gusts if we start to get these this severe weather, at least the leading edge of this severe weather, to move in from the southwest. Let's see, question about Florence. Noon tomorrow in Florence, you still might have some rain, but the severe threat's going to transition quickly to the east as we go into tomorrow afternoon. Again, the biggest concern is going to be out in the shoals with these storms coming in this evening. It's probably gusty winds around 40, maybe 35 miles per hour. Let me situate this a little differently. What I'm going to do is kind of I'll go through the outlook for tomorrow real quick. And we'll talk about that real quick. So what you're going to see, this is the outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. And areas in yellow, that is the slight risk for severe weather. There will likely be, I wouldn't be surprised at all if they go with an enhanced risk somewhere, probably Birmingham south to the Gulf Coast with the new update. And what you're looking at here, this is the water vapor imagery. And this is, we've got one system coming in now, moving across northern Mississippi. Look how that's just lined up straight, perfect. And then the powerhouse upper level low is just now moving into West Texas. So that back here, we got this dry slot coming through it as well, the area in yellow. So as far as the watches that we have right now, we've got a tornado watch to the southwest of us in Mississippi and into Louisiana. There's a severe thunderstorm watch that's out in, it's almost a pseudo warm front well up to the north. The real deep moisture in southwest Alabama is what's contributing to the main warm front down there. It doesn't look like they're going to be issuing a watch. A watch probability is 40% for a severe thunderstorm watch in southwest Alabama as of 3 o'clock this afternoon. Let's take a look at the other watches here. So here's the severe thunderstorm watch that's out for Mississippi. That's until 6 o'clock this evening. It's possible they may issue a new watch east of here, and it could include Coleman County. So we just have to watch that. It could include. I don't know exactly who it's going to include, but that instability is higher just off to the south and west. Amber wants to know if we have a tornado threat today or tonight. I don't see a real tornado threat today or tonight, but tomorrow, especially east of I-65, we could see the potential for some tornadoes, the way this is playing out. And especially if the NAM model is correct, because it's really kind of showing a robust environment out there for strong to severe thunderstorms, dew points in the low to mid 60s, and high wind shear. It's got the storm relative velocity is like over 500, which is definitely something to watch, especially when you get dew points in the 60s and the Cape as high as it is. So I would say there's an increase. There's a higher threat for tornadoes east of I-65 tomorrow, late morning, early afternoon, than there has been for this entire outlook as far as we've been looking at it. Incoming flight, 9 o'clock tonight in Huntsville. Ooh, it's going to be close. I mean, there will be some thunderstorms in the area. I think you'll be okay. It just depends on what happens with the other flights, maybe incoming and the connecting flights. Hazel Green and Fayetteville. Yeah, I think you guys are going to be all right. There will be some rain and some high winds coming through the area late this afternoon and into the evening hours. And then you can always check the weather app here. It's going to give you an idea. Again, Chelsea's in at the station this afternoon. She'll give you some updates as well. Yeah, I would. That's a true assumption there, Judy. If it's happening in Huntsville, then it's happening in Lacey Spring. The technology really isn't there for us to know exactly what's happening at all times. Albertville, yeah, you guys need to be alert. I mean, today, later in Albertville, you could see some of these stronger thunderstorms moving through, especially as this comes in from the southwest. So you're kind of in that line here. But again, this would be high winds, as you see over here. Really strong winds. Those will cross the state line around, I'd say about 3:45 this afternoon. All right, Amber's just joining. Muscle Shoals tomorrow morning. I think you're going to see a round of showers and storms in the morning. There's going to be a lot of rain, it looks like, out there. This is one wave coming through, and then another one comes in later tonight. So the main energy, as I've been showing everyone, is still well out to the west in Texas. Phil Campbell, yeah, you guys are going to have to watch out for these strong storms coming in as we get in a little bit closer here. So we got Phil Campbell right here south of Russellville. You've got some rain to your southwest, and then there's just heavy rain. Look at all this rain back here. This is pretty intense rain coming in. This is going to be the worst rain we've had this weekend. And we had some widespread rain last night, but I was expecting heavier rain last night. But this is pretty much the way it's going to play out. Very heavy rain, embedded thunderstorms coming in. Again, I would get your grilling done by kickoff time of for the Chiefs game today, right? Let's see, Winchester. Yeah, you guys are going to see a lot of rain in Winchester, Tennessee. Overall, the severe threat looks fairly low. But having had so much rain lately, the ground's saturated. The good thing is the leaves are not out on the trees, at least most of them. You got pine trees that still have, they're heavier. But the wind at 45 mile per hour could knock down some trees. So that's something that we will be watching out for as well. All right, I'm going to shut this down, and I'm going to rebroadcast this again on my other channel. Again, this has just been a Facebook Live giving you guys an update on this First Alert Weather Day this Sunday afternoon. You guys take care and enjoy the game, or maybe Puppy Bowl, or maybe you're going to watch a movie. Maybe football's not your thing. But again, if you have our 48 First Alert Weather app, you're going to get lightning alerts. If you live in Coleman County in Alabama, the weather radio transmitter, as far as I know, has still not been fixed. But again, I haven't checked back with the Weather Service on that. The last I knew, it was out. So again, that feeds the weather radio transmitter for ARAB as well. You guys take care, and I will talk to you guys later.